20 miles west of downtown Dallas, one of the league's grand settings, AT&T Stadium in Arlington. With Greg Olson, Mike Tirico up here in the booth. So glad that you are along with us. Greg got a couple offenses here that love to take their shots down the field, so the defenses really have their task right in front of them if they want to win this game.
Yeah, no question. I think as many of the matchups that we've dove into this entire week, it really comes down to which defense puts a lid on the opposing passing game and prevents as many big plays as possible. We see it week in and week out. The correlation between generating big plays, especially through the air, directly leads to the ability to score points. So make teams go the long way. You know, the defensive old saying is, make them snap it again.
Ready, set. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Tight end on the move left. Ready. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he is hit behind the line of scrimmage. The defense with a statement on the game's first play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down. 3 plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. They'll let the fullback try to push the pot. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down.
All they needed was a couple yards, but he was prepared, Mike, to dish out all the punishment he could to anyone who stood in his way. And with that mindset, it's no surprise to see him convert for that first down.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Come on. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's going to lead to 4th down. Here we go. Throwing now from the gun. He's got his man. It's complete to Thomas. And he's going to have a Cowboys first down. It's a gain of 12 facing 4th down. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. He'll get rid of it and complete it. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. It is picked up by the defense. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
They'll run former K-State product Deuce Vaughn. And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. We're back to Arlington in a moment. Second down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
First rule of backed-up offense, get the first down. The last thing you want to do, punt the ball back and give your opponent a short field. Mission accomplished. Now, can they maintain possession long enough to see if they can cap this drive off with some points?
Carry here for Vaughn. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he's going to have that first down. Tackle made up around the 35.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
To throw, it's Brissett on 1st and 10. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, here's Brissett. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And it'll be 3rd down. Running is Vaughn. And he's got it. Good work there to take it to the 47 and set up first down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion. And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
We're set. Gonna throw again. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on down. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And this is taken in by the defense.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner. If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back.
That is caught by the tight end. Has a touchdown. Greg, they have such a knack. It's like they're on the same page. The quarterback almost feels like, well, when you were playing, you know where that guy's going to be in the end zone.
Yeah, we used to have a saying, Mike, we say we don't run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and especially against zone coverage. Down here in the red zone, the rule is if you're open, stay open. Don't run past an open zone to get covered. That's exactly what this tight end does here. Friendly target, ball on time, touchdown.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now a return coming from the 14. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's going to run it.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the 1st down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
Back to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. They will indeed go as they look to... And the rush is going to get there. He'll go down.